And we are 15 minutes after the hour. That means time on a Tuesday to visit with our good friend Ben Hushon from the mill, Whitehall, Maryland. And Ben, great to be able to shake hands and have a personal conversation last Thursday at Ag Ph.D. Field Day. It just shows you how important that is and how, again, the information, people come from all over the country. You're a great example, traveling from Maryland all the way to Baltic, South Dakota.
Good morning, Mark. Yes, it was absolutely an enjoyable trip. So much to learn there. It's been on the, what do the young folks say, the bucket list. It's been on the list, and pretty confident that my wife and I will be back there again next year to take it in even deeper.
Very good. Yeah, we encourage all to do that. Well, lots to cover today. Weather-wise, a little bit of rain coming to your area.
There has been, Mark, as we talked last Tuesday, we had gotten an inch or two over the weekend. Again, this past week, we've had some very timely rain. It broke the heat, brought it back down to more manageable 80, 85-degree days, and it's really been just about perfect. I mean, a lot of corn is already pollinated. Pods are starting to show up on soybeans. It's really been a good time the last couple of weeks to grow things.
Now, you sent us some pictures, and we really appreciate it for especially those viewers tuning in on RFD TV, but on rural radio as well. Describe, I want to say, kind of take a look at these fields close up that you sent us first of all.
Yes, Mark. The fields I sent in are the Leonard Greek farm and outside of Delta, Pennsylvania, so we dropped up into York County, and there's an example of a grower who wants to learn, continue to learn and improve yields and do it the right way. We've split applied nitrogen, but the big message is to get back out in those fields, look at the bottom leaves. You really shouldn't be losing any leaves at the bottom, and it's not perfect. And Leonard's okay with us showing that. We've in that particular field show a little bit potentially of potassium deficiency. Mm-hmm. Will obviously be resoil sample, but the lesson is get out in those fields. When you drive by right now in our part of the world, it just looks gorgeous. Yeah. You got to park the pickup truck and get out into that corn and see. It's telling you something if you're willing to go out and look at it.
Well, and let's take a look at pollination here. And I'm not sure where you are pollination-wise, but we go on to a next set here and talk about how that process is moving in your area.
Well, those were some pretty perfect pictures I found this morning, also up at the Greek farm, and planted a little bit later. I've talked the last couple Tuesdays about pollination starting in the middle of pollination. You can actually see the pollen laying on the corn leaves. I didn't quite get a good enough picture. You can see some pollen on the silk itself. Again, good time to look to see whether the silk has been clipped or not. And it looks like things are set up nice. Based on what meteorologist Tim Ross just told us, it sounds like we're going to have a perfect week for pollination again in our part of the country.
Well, you've got some great pictures there. Blue sky here, and a little bit heat was gone. Real quick before we have to let you go here, we don't want to forget about our pastures, hay conditions there, and you get a couple of pictures there about things are greening up.
They are. Again, the rain the last couple weeks, significant rain, 1, 2, 3, 4 inches, different parts. That brings the pasture and hay fields back to life. Had several questions this week already, and over the weekend at the fair, should I be fertilizing? And normally in August, late July, today, August 1st, we would say let's just wait a little bit. But if we continue on this wet period, we would recommend going ahead and putting some fertilizer out there. And you've got a chance to extend that grazing season or maybe get a few more bales of hay if you need it in the barn.
Well, absolutely right. Ben, thanks for all the great pictures here, taking us right down to your area in Whitehall, Maryland and beyond. And thanks to the producers out there allowing us to see those pictures. And we'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Mark, I hope you and your viewers and listeners have a safe week.
Absolutely. Always well said. Good to see you last Thursday at Ag Ph.D. Ben Hushon from the Mill. Check out that website. We'll take a break. We'll come back. I haven't forgotten about you folks looking at the grain and livestock trade. I'll have all those numbers when we come back.